doesn't look like there's much by me. Doesn't look like there's anything, in fact, except for lag that makes me turn. But there's many cops at my location right now. Want to point out, I modified how the cops spawn. They spawn like before because I can't make them spawn directly at your location, even if I force them, which means it should ignore checks for if they're allowed to spawn. But they still spawn in the distance, but then since they always see the player, since they can look all around, it teleports them at the player's position. So you can see that arrow represents them. They're invisible, but they follow me. You can see that. They also face my direction, which is perfect. However, though, as soon as I move, you will see how many cops are actually underneath me right now. Yeah, do you think you can take on the Hill City Police Department with this many things? I don't think this many cops can be taken on by anyone. I don't think I can even understand any of you. Luckily, just move away far enough and they'll all jump up into the air and disappear. Well, not them, but the cop in the front. I want to point out that's a modification. Jumps up in the air and disappears. It looks a lot better than what this cop right here does. He just disappears into thin air like Sonic Adventure or something. Which looks really bad, may I just point out. Don't make objects just disappear in midair. It's ugly, just like popping. At least make your objects fade in and fade out like this spring right here, developers. You could learn from more Kirbycraft spring here, developers. How it fades in. Also, can someone explain why this area causes lag? I think if you stare at this thing, it lags. Still though, I want to try implementing the last bit of code. Decorate. Before I just enter a random letter into that ACS file. I'm gonna fix that. What is that? That's me! Yes, it's Mary! Do I sing cute? Am I cute? Well, yeah, Mary. Also, I'm totally not, gonna see her in real life, which is, something I'll be looking forward to. But so, yeah, Mary can sing to an extent. As well as you cannot see that. Let me just bring it up for a second. Not like I'm, gonna see Mary in real life or anything. Also, apparently there's no way to make it look apparently totally supported. Unless the donation was made or whatever, but that shouldn't be necessary to make software work properly. Supposedly it's not compatible or something. But still, until then, there's the Arrow glass. You know that I can't leave behind Windows Arrow. That's Microsoft's best theme. If Windows Classic is better than its second best. Well, I do like the gradients of Windows Classic. Maybe if that was combined with Arrow and made the glass able to be a gradient of colors at the top, that would be cool. Only way to do it right now would be to make your desktop be a gradient and then make it be maximized, and then you would see the gradient through it. That'd be an easy way to see how cool that actually would look. But see, here's the new code. Cops, whenever they spawn, they look for you because that's required in order to do the dreaded A jump if closer, which is something that the older springs used. I'm going to make them teleport to your location, and then if they detect that you've moved away far enough, just to make sure they don't spawn right on top of the player, which means the player can abuse standing still to make no cops spawn. It comes at the consequence of many of them spawning at once, though, as you saw, because there's now no limit. So though, I'm planning on modifying those cops though. I want them to do one thing in particular. I want them to fly out in front of the player. Because I noticed that they changed to the player's angle. Of course, the player can thwart this by turning around and then running away, but they can only really do that if they really know where they're going, which won't be a problem in Hell City, but still. With my Minecraft style running, that's kind of a problem because I don't have double tap backwards till Minecraft style run, even though that'd be kind of genius. I don't think Minecraft did that, though. Minecraft was like, oh, push forward twice and you'll run. Of course, now it's hold down the sprint button, you will run. It's more like Doom, but I think Doom's method is kind of uncomfortable. Just having to hit one button is so much easier. So I kind of like what Minecraft did. Good job, Minecraft developers. Police spawned is not really necessary anymore. That was only a leftover of another attempt to make the cops spawn in one at a time to make sure that they wouldn't spawn on top of each other. But I want to change their velocity. I'm just going to make them fly out in front of the player or something. Of course, I can't do it based on the player's velocity. That's the problem. The problem is I don't know how to give them the player's velocity. Plus, it's based on whatever random player they happen to spawn around. So I can't just make it rely on a thing ID that isn't player 1. I don't know how you tell monsters about certain players. Or their target, because that would work as well. I think. Yeah, I don't really know how to transfer stuff between Decorate and other things within the world, but I'm just guessing it's not that good at Decorate then. 0, and then I want some velocity, because remember, friction on the ground messes everything up. That's why your spin dash makes you go up in the air. And I want 2 different flags, CVF replace and CVF relative pointer. That means you can actually make the player be moved around by the monster, but what's the point in that? I'm gonna modify it so they don't become solid until they're about to move. Maybe I'll wait for a few more seconds. Don't turn invisible. There. Then turn solid. That'll work. Let's test this out. Doom music. Oh, forgot to put the ending thing on it. Let's test. The suspect is now highly wanted. Locking off all entrances to prevent escape. Okay, I don't know whether they flew out from me or not, but I'm just gonna kill them. Yes, they're now a lot weaker. They only have 50 health. The cops are now weaker and are now gonna be less of a hassle to get rid of. However, the higher ones will be more of a threat. I'm doing this because it's the only way I'll know when they're spawning underneath me. You might see their arrow for a split second appear off to the side, then they'll suddenly teleport underneath me right at the crosshair there. What? There was no flying ahead of me thing? I think that those cops are what's responsible. They got the last laugh right there, I see. I'm just going to spawn them manually.
Keep a watch for their possible return.
No! That's not what I call flying out in front of me. You're not gonna get the final last laugh this time, cops.
The suspect is still in Hell City.
Haha.
Remove gates from all entrances. The suspect escaped. Keep a watch for their possible return.
Okay, now he flew out in front of me. But what's up with the, stopping suddenly? I thought they weren't solid. I don't want to make them no clip or else they're going to fly through the walls and it's going to reintroduce the reason that the problem that made me do this in the first place. That's how you prevent the wanted level from happening. So what's going on here? It doesn't even fly at all. Huh? Is that a good one? Let's increase the velocity a lot. Make them wait for even longer. I want them to fly out in front of the player, because otherwise they always will appear behind you. There will be no challenge. Yes, like that! Just pops out right in front of me. They're gonna do jump scares. The Hill City Police Department is known for jump scaring the criminals. They just fly out in front of your face when you don't expect it. Let's run away. Ah, but you fucked the side! Of course, the reason why is because, remember, they only warp sometimes to you, not all the time, just to give you enough time to run away from them. So when you end up running away from them, they use whatever angle you had, which of course allows them to fly off to the side, which means less predictability. Map, 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 that's a command. So you spawn another cop. Sometimes they just don't follow me. There! Ah! Oh wait, what? When do they become solid? It looks like them getting stuck in the player isn't even a problem at all. If they get stuck in me, it isn't even a problem. Just look at this. See that? Even when they're stuck in me, I'm still gonna move. Zeton developers, what did you do to let them ignore that they should trap the player in place? Not that they're complaining, because that'd be really bad behavior. Not that it really matters, because this is just the first level, but still. I'm less likely to care about bugs on the first level, because, well, think about it, the first level, you could just restart if you make a mistake, like a speedrunner. Whoa. I want to see what happens when there's multiple cops involved, just to see if they cause each other problems. Just stay here for a second to make sure they're all facing. They all jump out in this stylish line in front of the player. They're doing stylish moves for the criminal, but why? Look at that! That looks cool! Yeah! Let's make them all jump up into the air and sink. That looks cool. No, I want to see them jump up into the air. Jump in the air, cops! Yeah! 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 Jump in the air! Yeah! That's like the thing that everyone seems to do. You know, like in cartoons and stuff. Everyone does the action that they're supposed to, but then one person always stays behind like they're all stupid and stuff, and then they look around and realize that they haven't followed them. They're like, wait for me! Fly off the screen at last. I don't know what's up with that weird behavior that one of them always does. But the cops here, that cop basically was that random person that always forgets what they're doing and stays behind for a second until they suddenly realize, oh, I probably should be following them, teleports away by jumping. It's better than them disappearing into thin air, because what? Even if I could, I wouldn't know how to make them fly towards the Hill City Police Department. Not that, no, what purpose that'd be. So there's what you could do with Mary. Mary's cute and she can sing. But y'all didn't expect her to sing, did you? She's cute. One thing that I realized... Wait, I might want to look at the data.pk3 file because... Wait, it's right here. Because I want to see the actor file and actors. Because I want to see what custom stuff I added. Check Pit, perfect. There's one called Check Pit. That's perfect. Because you see, there's one thing in Strife where apparently things check for bottomless pit, which apparently comes from Strife. So thanks, Strife. But still, the problem is, enemies in World of Kirbycraft do not react to pits. They will just walk around on the bottom of the pit. I could demonstrate this by going to the test level. I'm just going to style sheet, go down this wall, jump to the other wall, drop. People say it's awkward, like the teleporting to walls in the Doom World forums thread is very awkward. But it works. I mean, how else are you supposed to implement going down walls? I never see anyone implement it themselves. So I decided why not program it myself. So that's what I did. However, I'm just going to try knocking the cop off the edge. Oh no, I forgot he has to teleport to me. Or fly out of me. See, that's that little abuse I described. Oh no. Oh yeah, I could just drop him down the pit, or I could just run towards the pit. Okay, now you might think, he clearly just reacted to the pit. He disappeared when it flew over the line. Sure, but there's a catch. He flew over the line? That's only because there are line devs around this. They're used to make Mary's hammer disappear. If it flies over them, it will disappear. There isn't really much point to that. Because the hammer, since it lost its ability to glide, has kind of lost some of its usefulness. I'm thinking, if anything, I might have to come up with an alternative. Something that lets it do something. Maybe to allow the player to get like a double jump ability, and then it would be like Doom 4 or Doom 2016. Mary would be able to double jump like the Doom Space Marine. Except with a weirder explanation than the shoes or the boots that Doom Space Marine or Doom Slayer is wearing. Or in the case of SnapMap, Zane the Space Marine is wearing. Obviously, because I'm able to do the double jump in all my SnapMaps. And it's a cool feature. So though, the double jump, I don't know what animation would even be for the hammer. The hammer only has two animations. Hitting the ground, and being stuck out in front of the player. Well, and whenever Mary holds it up to her face and kisses that, well, looks at it and sometimes will kiss it. If she kisses it, there's actually new voice acting for that. Before there was just one I recorded from one of my videos. I think the fifth World of Kirbycraft development episode, which was the same one where the umbrella appeared and then the umbrella was removed. But still, the kissing sound effect was replaced with 4 new ones. Mary can sound more sad, or can sound more happy. Let's see her kiss it. That one right there, I think, is based on the lower quality one that came from that video. The original that was within the PK3, but was never heard because I was too lazy to program it into the hammer's code itself. Also, that's how you wall jump if you don't realize. People on Doom World forums, you have to jump in a wall while running, even though I've added in WJ type. If false, then you have to be holding down run and forward and then jump at the wall. You'll slide down it, and when you're doing this, push jump, you'll fly off the wall. Push it over and over again, you'll fly off the wall. You'll just keep flying between the walls. If you want to drop off the wall, either wait until you slide off it or push backwards. just push crouch, that. Looks kind of awkward because I duck down in midair and then I fall off. It seems like more of a natural thing, but sadly I can't make the player's view go downward like that, or else I'd probably make it do it whenever you hit backwards as well. Seems more believable than just the backwards option, where if you hit backwards you just drop off the wall for no explanation. Oh, and speaking of that, don't forget about the water running. How Mary's able to very easily control her movement on the water, making her like a more controllable version of Sonic in the boost to win, as people would call them, games. Well, that was nice. The lag around here because of a little tiny bit of lava. Still don't know how the game lags at a mere bit of lava, but oh well. Oh, and look at that weird pattern on that roof over there. It looks like the Japanese roof texture, which is actually what is still used on roofs, ironically. But if you look right there, it looks like the texture itself. I'll quickly go over there across the lava, because that makes sense. But see, it looks like this texture, but distorted. See, it looks like it's the same texture, but distorted. It's weird with that effect that is like isn't it M-O-I-R-E with the accent over it? Don't know how you say that, but still. I think that's what they call that effect, the one that has the weird looking things due to how the software renderer, the fake 3D renderer, renders things at a distance. By the way, apparently the newest versions of Z-Doom are going to be fixing the ugly looking slopes. That's a relief. The reason why that they have so many glitches right now is because Randy is not there. That's sad. Randy does a lot for Z-Doom still. I thought that Grafzal and Jez or the other person, I thought that they were the ones that did all the work nowadays, and then Randy just did some of it. But no, Randy does a lot of it, especially with the fake 3D renderer. Therefore, Randy is to thank for this renderer. Well, not really it is, but still, for making it better. However, another developer in the forum is going to be making it true color. I'm looking forward to that. I still want paleted graphics, but it'd be a nice mixture between the software render and the OpenGL or OpenGL render of GZDoom. It'd be like an in-between. You'd have the full color advantages of the fake 3D, well, the true 3D render. The fake 3D render, however, you'd still have it. And however, the fades would look nicer and hopefully would still look like tinting and not like a gigantic solid colored fog like in the true 3D render. That's what I don't like about the true 3D render. I like being able to look all the way up and down, but I don't like how the fog looks. Don't make it a giant wall. I like how Doom handles it, where it looks like a weird tinting effect, which you can see because the back wall right there would be a giant wall of light blue or something. It would look like the clouds all over the place. Oh, and speaking of that, the WJ type CVAR for the record, if you run at a wall, you can stick to it. So if you're holding down forward and run and then you jump at the wall, then that happens. However, if you jump at it and then you're only holding down forward, or you're not holding down run, or you're only holding down one of the two buttons, it will fail. That's a change. Don't know whether it's an improvement or not, but for people who don't have Minecraft style running like I do, it will not be as easy. The only point to it is that it enforces that you're running at the wall at a high enough speed. However, I'm just gonna run at the wall, jump. Okay, I still mysteriously stuck to it. Okay, there. I jumped at the wall, and wait, I wonder if this would work. Yes. So if I jump at the wall and do that, I will not stick to the wall. I stuck there because of the lag, and I think it thought I still hit the button. If I release it. Yeah, that didn't work, but I'm going to try it out similarly right here. Yes, even up that close it would work. However, I'm pretty sure it would not work if I'm just holding down forward. Yes. There's the old behavior right there. See, I'm only holding down forward. You can tell because Mary is not going as fast as she normally does. But I'm just going to do this. And despite her flying at the wall at high enough speeds to be able to stick to them, the game will not let her stick. Set WJ type to 1 or true. And now both of them will work. So here I'm holding down run. You can tell because how far she flies away from the screen when it lags because of a measly bit of lava. Then let the ball jump. That. However, now I'm walking, and you can tell because of that embarrassing measly lava lag and how slow I'm moving when it jumps. I'm just gonna merely walk and then air dash at the wall. You'll see that even though I'm not holding down run, I will stick to that wall. There. So yeah, see that? It's not as satisfying to walk up to a wall and then stick to it. But see, you can still do everything. Like, I just jumped off of it. You can even do it if you're walking at the wall without the air dash, but it seems silly to be able to stick to a wall like that. It seems like you should have to run. I can even jump off the wall. Do everything, including crouching off walls. I can even do these with the drop off with it. Still though, I don't know of any other lulls that have pits in them like that. Is that one area still here or did I remove it? I think I removed it. Well, I'm just going to demonstrate by quickly making this area a death pit. Within the Hell City Police Department, yes. I don't think they know of safety rules and standards and all that. They just stick bottomless pits near their jail, sure, that works. At the moment, the ground in this area is considered a bottomless pit. Wait, no it's not. It's acting like a... No wait, never mind, it's not. It's acting like a automated section. What's the bottomless pit again? It's known as instant death. Because sadly I cannot change its name. If this thing gets an update, it loses the names. Also, notice the load time for this. Look at how long it stays on the screen. I think that all the detail put in this level makes it have an actual loading time. I guess that's why fan-made games take like only a split second to load, and very tiny Doom lulls barely take that much to load. But this is sort of like the older Doom 2 the Monster Invasion with the giant cup and stuff. Like at the big building of Doom, it actually took like a few seconds to load. And here it seems to do the same thing. It's just like the commercial games. That's really weird. So now I should die. Well, not really. That only happens because Buddha mode is on, but if it wasn't, I would die. However, I'm gonna knock this cop down there and demonstrate a problem. He doesn't die. I don't know why the engine doesn't just do that by default. Remove anything that hits that ground. I'm gonna add something to his walking code. C2 apparently? Becomes pretty complex after a while. Verify it's within that one, and whoa, it's right there. Now I just told him to check the pit. You couldn't see any of that, but I just added an A_check pit. Let's just go over here. Wrong ambience, game. Game, fix the ambience. That's better. Let's put on the jail ambience because it only fits. I'll explain about the system later, but it is indeed a new thing. Try us out. Okay, I don't see him doing anything. What? What? I thought that code was supposed to... I guess the code didn't work. Because I mainly want the enemies to instantly die when they fall down the pit, because why are they not removed? They should die immediately if I die immediately by hitting the ground. Why doesn't the game do that by default for everything? It doesn't make sense. If the bottomless pit, then the level designer will design it to look like a pit, and that means that you shouldn't see enemies walking on the bottom of a bottomless pit. That does not make sense.